All right. All right, Shalom. First, I shall I send our praise to how about Shema Shai, about Shema Kakadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's done the truth and sincerity. As you can see, this is Shara County wildfire, 400 acres. So I'm going to play this clip and add some precepts. I got another clip to play, just a news update, what's going on. You know, the Lord jacking America up, man, and whoever get caught in the crossfire, it's just so well, you know. So the only people that's being spared is the elect, man, you know. So
this isn't video out of Canada or California. This fast wildfire was sparked in central Wisconsin today, already burning hundreds of acres. This is in Waushara County. That's just north of Madison there. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources says that it's traveling northeast from its original point near Colma. Crews on the ground are battling the fire, which officials say have already burned roughly 800 acres, several different buildings. Officials on scene say the fire is very erratic and it's moving into the crowns of the trees.
And it's growing by the minute here. This is fire. It's happening in Coloma. It can be seen from space.
Yeah, that's right. Isn't that right, Walks? What's the radar looking like right there up in Waushara County?
Yeah, so earlier this evening, we were able to take the visible satellite image. That's the satellite that requires it to be daylight out, or the sun to be out, kind of like a big camera in the sky, effectively. Think of it that way. And we were training it down here in the Coloma area. So just to get your bearings, Ripon on the right-hand side of your screen, Mauston on the left. Right in the middle there, you have Wautoma, and then you have the Coloma area just off of Interstate 39 here in central Wisconsin, and there you can see the smoke plume. You saw the video of that a moment ago, but this is a big fire, a good 70 acres already, and as of earlier this evening, the DNR telling us that it is out of control and is continuing to move to the northeast there as well. So we'll be monitoring that, but again, that smoke plume so large, it was visible on the satellite image earlier.
right. So hold on, it's like that's just the first clip.
My daughter looked out her window and see a baby on the floor with his head bleeding. Like, how is that possible?
In East Flatbush, Brooklyn, a frantic race to save a child.
He was just laying there, people just around him.
Just before 3 Monday afternoon, Nashana Harley and her daughter ran to the alley next to their home after spotting a 4-year-old boy on the ground. Police believe the boy fell from a 4th-floor window in his own apartment building.
Who was watching? Where's the parents? Like, it don't make no sense.
First responders arrived at the Farragut Road building and tried to help.
I commend the officer that picked him up and got him to the ambulance and tried, but it just the way you see that blood is like you had to pray.
The 4-year-old boy did not survive his injuries.
He came from the top, and the cement was that's it.
According to police sources, a preliminary investigation found the 4-year-old may have slipped past the security gate on a bedroom window. His fall and the desperate attempt to save him left this community shaken.
It was horrible.
Councilmember Farrah Lewis now helping neighbors try to make sense after a senseless loss.
We're definitely reaching out to the family, reaching out to the hospital, but also we're going to speak to the landlord and also to the super to have a conversation about all safety measures put in place so that this doesn't happen.
All right, so this is just gonna be something real quick. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 49. It says, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? Right, so the Lord coming to send fire on this earth, man. And what you want him to do when he gets back, if the fires is already started, you know, the Lord, he's just going to send more fire, man. You know, so these are just events that's leading up to the Lord's return, and these events going to always keep happening, you know, until the Lord comes back, man. And eventually America gets destroyed, you know. And then as far as this child, that's extremely what do you call it? Damn. Irresponsible. But, you know, judgment in the Lord. When it's time, when it's your time, it's your time. This is Psalm chapter 68, verse 20. It says, "He that is our God is the God of salvation. And unto the Most High, the Lord belongeth the issues from death." Right, so the Lord determines who dies, no matter what age they is, no matter how innocent you thought they was, or what type of situation, however they died. It's the judgment of the Lord. This is we're living in the time of judgment. The Lord taking people out so that Israel can straighten up, not so you can sit there and go to church afterwards and say, and the Lord take them out for a reason. Then you go back to drinking and smoking, and your life get worse than what it was before the boy died. It's lucky. Job chapter 4, verse 7, it says, "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off," right? Because you say somebody was innocent or righteous. "Even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same." Right, man. So, you know, this kid, even though he wasn't old enough to do no wrong, the Lord will get you in your past life, man, for the sins of your past life. This is Numbers chapter 14, verse 18. "The Lord is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation." Right, man. So you come back in a reincarnation and then you get your judgment, man. That's all it's stating. This is Exodus chapter 34, verse 7. It says, "Keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin." Right, man, but we're in a time where the Lord only going to forgive the sin of his elect, his chosen, and those of his nation that didn't want to take heed to the word, those are the ones that's going to be destroyed. It says, "And that will by no means clear the guilty." So the kid was guilty. "Visiting the iniquity, the sin upon sin," because the law was never done away with, "of the fathers upon the children." You only can keep certain parts of the law, though, because of the society that we live in. But, you know, it was never done away with. But it says, "Visiting the iniquity, the sin upon sin of the fathers upon the children," because you come back in the reincarnation, you pay for your sins. You are your forefathers. "And upon the children's children, unto the third and fourth generation." So when you come back, man, you get your judgment, man. And that's all this was a representation of. And you can expect a whole lot more death. And there ain't going to be no peace until the Lord come back. You know, there ain't no peace until there's peace in the Middle East. Remember that saying? The rightful people have to be in that land for it to be peaceful. And as you can see, we over here still in captivity. But it's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You know, so with that being said, call Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and the apostles of Ruel, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom. And then that, you know, that number 4 means sacrifice. This boy could have been sacrificed. You know, it's a lot of witchcraft going on. That's why a lot of this death and stuff is happening also. It's like it. So with that being said, Shalom.